You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You're listening to Sunny 93.3. Sorry, Dan.
I'm good.
Are we working?
It's time for the bonus hour with Dan Farris. I didn't realize you had your microphone tucked away over there.
Yeah, I was like in another room all together. I haven't moved that fast in 18 years.
But you did a good job. You did a mighty fine job.
Thank you. Pulled a hammy, but I'm good.
So what kind of cool stuff are we going to talk about today, Mr.
Well,
Farris?
not cool. Actually, pretty solemn, pretty somber. Huge day. This is Patriot Day, named Patriot Day.
Yes.
We're going back to 2001, September 11th, this morning.
Yeah, it was.
Planes hit the World Trade Center, and the rest, as they say, is history. It's been known now as Patriot Day.
I will never forget that day. It was horrible.
Probably anyone over the age of, I would guess, 6-7 years old on that day has a recollection of where they were, what was going on.
Our daughter was an infant that day, so she does not remember it. She certainly knows what happened and, had seen the things that have played on television since then. But I remember there was a thing back then where we would say, we will never forget. Remember, we kept saying that over and over?
Yeah.
America was saying, we will never forget.
And most people have forgotten.
And the sad thing is, there is a video online. It made me so upset when I saw it. But there was a mattress place having a twin mattress sale, and they were knocking them down. It was
I
September
saw that
11th.
They had 2 towers of mattresses, and they were knocking these. They were saying
They were doing a sale for
September 11th.
I was like, are you kidding me?
It was very...
Well, when you think about it, though, look at the big picture. I was having this discussion the other day when we were at the groundbreaking for South Dakota Veteran Cemetery.
Yeah.
You look at Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah.
Not Veterans Day so much, but Memorial Day and other holidays signifying America,
sales.
4th of July. There's never a better time to buy a Lazy Boy or a mattress. It's just kind of crazy. And they leverage that into something that it shouldn't be, which is one of the reasons, and I'm not going to sit here because I'm a humble guy, I've been around too long, taking my beatings, whatever. But this particular little radio station, Sunny 93.3, we honor that every day in our own way. We have a number of local veterans, military personnel, whatever the case may be, that actually voice liners for this radio station. We pay homage to it every day,
multiple times an hour.
But this is a big day. So take a little time. If your kids don't know about it,
please educate them.
If they're going to teach it in history class, I have no idea what they're teaching anymore in school. But it was the largest terrorist attack ever on American soil ever in the history of this country. It's a big, huge deal. It changed everything. It sure screwed up flying.
It did.
It did.
Well, and there's silver lining. I've got a guest later in the program that we're going to be talking to about kind of something positive that happened in the wake of that as well. So anyway, with that very somber start, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Oh, good morning, you scampering little over hills and dales, little radio rangers. Heidi, John. Every now and again, things come around. This show's been running again. Thanks for the spotlight. It's turned into a real cash cow for me. Various reasons, but it's important, little radio rangers, to stand up and be counted when maybe, possibly, on the outside chance, maybe you've done something wrong. Honesty is the best policy, and I need to address a little something, a segment I did, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. Harken back a segment having to do with badgers.
Oh, yeah.
I may or may not have mentioned that this is due to an inquiry from one of my little radio rangers that, as far as I knew, it was perfectly okay to keep badgers as pets.
Oh.
Never said you should, and I'm pretty sure I didn't say they made good pets. Just the same this morning, condolences going out to the Lindquist family.
Oh, boy.
I'm sure your little Yorkie Pom-Pom was a beloved member of your family and will be missed.
You would think at some point the Lindquists would quit listening to you.
As a show of sympathy, we're sending you an official Ranger Dan generic canned ham. Now available on Amazon Prime, complete with a limited time introductory offer. Buy 9 Ranger Dan generic brand canned hams. Your 10th ham is half price. That's going to do it for me this morning. Hey, little radio rangers, say your prayers, go to church, stay in school, eat your veggies, don't play soccer, and darn it, don't let me catch you wearing Crocs. Ranger Dan out, yes, sir.
Ranger Dan's Critter Corner right here on Sunny 93.3.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. We have our very own award-winning journalist. Well, he won an award in something else. It's just Employee of the Month. But he's still an award-winning journalist, Mr. Dan Farris, joining us now. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing pretty darn well, you know. I wear out a lot of shoe leather. I pound on a lot of desks. I ask a lot of questions. I've spent quality time twice in the last week with Mayor Paul Tenhagen.
That's right.
It's very impressive.
He remembered the second time for darn sure.
We've keep in mind, we've accomplished nothing together, but I do like his taste in sport coats and shoes.
Yeah, they're sharp. Very sharp.
This is what's going on. You know, this is kind of a big deal, something I sure don't think about, but it is true. Despite years of effort to reverse the trend, South Dakota remains among the worst states in the nation in terms of losing its most highly educated citizen to other areas of the country.
Really?
This is actually a congressional report.
And
I know I've heard about this off and on for probably, since I've lived here since 1987. And it's just an ongoing thing. Kids graduate with great degrees and huge grade point averages and everything else, and they're just swept off to the bigger city. I know a lot of points of interest for local kids here. It's always been Denver, Minneapolis, Chicago. Those are probably the three bigs.
Yeah,
and that's where they go.
And then Martin's in Nebraska.
Martinsburg, Nebraska.
Yeah.
To sling cheeseburgers at Bob's. Yes. And who can blame him? But it's kind of a big deal, especially acute in the rural states like South Dakota. Recruiting of like doctors, nurses to work at rural hospitals has become extremely difficult.
Yeah.
You know, and anymore, you break a bone or come down with something, you know, terminal, you just go to the vet, which I do anyway. I could care less. Really? But, oh, yeah.
That's what you do in a small town?
That's what I do. That's all they have going. But we're losing this brain trust and everything they've done. And I know they've sunk dollars into it, education into it, all kinds of programs into it. It's just not working. You know, I look at Luke and Sadie, my kids, born and raised here.
Yeah.
Son is Portland, Oregon. Sadie Hayes is in Florida. Oh, yeah. So are you coming back? And they go, loser. I'm like, what?
Well, they do love you, though. So
what?
That's good.
Well, yeah. Buy a plane ticket, Dad. We're having a ball over here. That's all there is to it. But, you know, give it long enough with what's going on. Eventually, Sioux Falls is just going to be a couple 100,000 people just lurching around, really, with no clue. We got a couple dozen craft breweries, an unfinished parking garage ramp, and then what? You know.
So you're saying the smartest people are leaving the state?
Yeah.
Yet Heidi and I live here. What does that say about us?
That's the end of this particular segment.
Tread carefully, my friend.
Pretty much, but I do spend a lot of time wandering around the city going, what did I just see?
Yeah, well, I do too, actually.
You know what? She does because she lives with me and she sees the things that I attempt. I'm like, I could probably make that work.
I think it is fascinating, though.
It is pretty fascinating. Well, Dan, thank you for that report.
Yeah, sorry to bum everybody out.
No, that's coming up. We've got...
if you're listening to this particular story and you'd like me to explain it in simpler terms, just send me an email.
Coming up, I'm going to visit with Dave Roatman. That's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on Sunny 93.3.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Sunny 93.3. We've got an event coming up here in a couple of weeks. It is a freedom ride, and I've got Dave Roatman with the South Dakota Republican Party. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I'm glad to have you in here. I've known Dave for a long, long time. You're a good dude, and you're going to be a part of this event, right?
Absolutely, I will be.
So it's Bikers for Trump, and it's not just from South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. So people from this whole area. Are you guys expecting quite a few people that are going to come out to this?
Absolutely. We're expecting a whole bunch of people. We're going to have a free breakfast in the morning at the Beal Distributing, where we're going to start out. And then we're heading down to Waddy's, and then we'll head up into Iowa and Minnesota. So it's the three state parties, and they're all 3 stops, one in each of the states.
That's really cool. So now, if I don't have a motorcycle, can I still go to this, or do I need a motorcycle?
Absolutely. You can come without a motorcycle. You can come with any kind of motorcycle. It's not just for Harleys. It's for any kind of motorcycle or any kind of vehicle. This is a rally for Trump.
Nice. And this is coming up on September 22nd, which is actually a...
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. I'm looking at my calendar right now because I was like, that doesn't seem right. But yeah, it's a Sunday. So
take a Sunday drive.
And that would be kind of a fun thing. It starts at 10 a.m. And it goes till we're thinking like around 1. Is that right?
1 or 2. So it's going to take some time to travel down to these various spots. And each location, we're going to have a door prize. And we expect people to come, enjoy some beverages with their friends, and go on to the next spot.
And if they want to be there for breakfast, get there a little early. Breakfast starts at 9. The ride starts at 10. And again, to go, you show up at Beal Distributing up on Northview Avenue. That's the north part of Sioux Falls. And then it looks like you'll take the interstate down, and you got the map that's on here. You kind of have a fun little route that you'll be taking.
Right. So we want to. A lot of these people are going to be on motorcycles, and we want to have a scenic route so that they really enjoy the day and see some scenery, go into some secondary highways there, and go along the river. Get up into Iowa. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And I see Grand Falls Casino is one of the stops on here as well.
That's the Iowa stop.
That'll be really cool. And then where are you going in Minnesota?
In Laverne, Minnesota, there's a place called Take 16. It's a brewery. So they've promised some tours of their brewery and showing people around.
That's really cool. This is going to be a really fun event. It's going to be here before you know it. It's the Freedom Ride, Trump Support Bike Rally, Bikers for Trump, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa GOP. There's probably a couple people listening right now that are not thrilled that we're talking about this, but this is for people who are thrilled about this.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Moreover, it's free. There's no cost to anyone involved.
Nice. That is awesome. I'm going to throw a link to the information. Do you guys have a website set up?
We have an Eventbrite site.
Okay.
So just look up Freedom Rally Bikers for Trump.
I'll throw a link to that on our Facebook page to make it really, really easy. And the thing that's neat, this is actually the day after the Patriot Poker Run, which is going to be the day before. So you got kind of 2 cool events happening, one right after another. So
I'm sure they can make it.
If there are biker folks out there that are going to go to one, they'll probably go to the other. So I think it'll be a fun weekend. Even for people who live elsewhere, they could come hang out in this area for the weekend at least.
Oh, sure. And it's rain or shine, too.
Oh, nice. So even if it's a little sprinkly, we're still doing this.
We're gonna make it happen.
That's awesome. Well, Dave, thank you for all that you do, not just for this, but for so many things in the state of South Dakota. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
I give Dave Roatman. The event is coming up on September the 22nd, and I'm going to throw a link to all of the information about the Freedom Ride at facebook.com/sunnyradio.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You're listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
I don't care who you are, what you think. You know and I know celebrities are fabulous. So take your woke little Hollywood actresses. They're going to tell you all about unwanted sexual advances in a Me Too movement and taking the moral high ground and justifying their existence. And then they'll invite you to come see their newest movie where they're wearing nothing but a thong and they got a semi-automatic weapon, maybe a flamethrower. But then they'll say, hey, I hope my scene in this particular movie empowers young girls to speak their truth. Which totally confuses people like me, but hey, there you go.
Your intro gets more bizarre every day.
Thank you very much. Hey, let's talk about R. Kelly, who is cooling his heels in prison. Finally. He's not happy with the situation.
I bet he's not.
He got thrown into basically solitary confinement.
Well, because otherwise,
he's angry. Listen, he's not pleased, saying that he has limited shower access. And are you ready for this? He is not allowed to buy his own candy.
You're in prison, dude.
Oh, what are you going to? According to court documents obtained by somebody I stole this story from, Kelly is pleading actually with the judge to get him out of solitary. He wants the judge to order the Federal Bureau of Prisons to immediately release him to a less restrictive unit. Now, Heidi, I know where you were going with this.
It's not going to go well.
It's for his own protection. That's what the judge is saying. He's going, look, man.
If I let you out.
This guy, you see, prisoners, they have kind of their own little code of things.
You do harm to children, and you have harm done to you.
That's kind of it. So we did a focus group right here at the Sunny 93.3 studios, and 3 out of 3 people in the studio right now said, yeah, let him wander around.
Yeah, let him out. I'm all for it.
Hey, we're with you, Mr. Kelly. Certainly not on anything else in your life, but this. If we can write your recommendation letter.
You might want to scribble out a will before you do this, by the way.
Let's go for it. So that's my hard-hitting celebrity report for today. And again, and just another instance where I've never won an award, and I don't care because I'm a humble man.
But you won an award here as the Employee of the Month, so that I got to thinking of that. That counts. You are an award-winning journalist.
I got Employee of the Month?
Yeah, you were the Employee of the Month.
Did I miss that meeting?
You get Employee of
Were
the
you going
Month
to tell me?
We just thought it was understood.
I thought you knew. Don't you have a plaque over there somewhere that says something like that?
I just thought that was understood.
Well, you kind of have been the only employee, so that helps. So now we can say award-winning journalist Dan Farris.
Oh, I should just go home today. Can't possibly get any better.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Whatever.
Dan Farris right here on our bonus hour on the John and Heidi Show. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.